What's going on, guys? Russell here, and I'm going to be bringing you a 1 versus 1 cast between chrisfloor, the red Zerg in the right side of the screen on the minimap, and against Hardsteal, the blue Terran. And this is a Terran versus Zerg matchup, which we have not featured yet before, so it's a little bit new for me and you guys. And I was asking for some Zerg matchups because I didn't really have any Zerg matchups to speak of, and because I honestly don't think many people in the lower league levels play Zerg enough. They usually just Terran and Protoss, and then they just 4-gate and 3 racks everybody for a quick win or cannon cheese. And let's bring up the unit tab, and we have 10 drones to 9 SCVs at the moment, and we see Hardsteal throwing down the customary supply depot to wall off this ramp just because of the Zerg, because it is Zerg. If it was more than likely, actually Terran more than likely always wall this off just because they can. And we see chrisfloor scouting the wrong direction with his drone, but the right direction with his overlord. And just about the map, we have this ramp here which you can hold off depending on what kind of race you are. Zerg, it's really hard for Zerg to wall off other than with spine crawlers. That leads into a natural expansion where you have 2 points of entry, one right here and a little one right here, and then also, which you can go even further, which leads into a gold with the destructible rocks down here, and then also the same is mirrored everywhere else. And that's basically about it. It's not a very macro intensive map because of the fact that there are not very many expansions, so usually games on this map are quick. And we have the barracks going down for Hardsteal, and we do have the spawning pool also going down for chrisfloor with an assimilator already down. And we do not see a factory, thing, yep, that thing, harvester, a refinery, I don't know why I forgot what it was, from Hardsteal yet, and Hardsteal still not scouting, as we can tell from this. All he knows is that chrisfloor is in his base, watching what he's doing, and this marine should be going over here, and yes, the marine has targeted to attack. And now we have the refinery finally going down for Hardsteal, and I feel like such a scrub for saying factory or whatever it was that I said, and Hardsteal walling off with supply depots. Okay, it works, but it's a little bit, it doesn't, it works. And pumping out 2 marines already, and we have, do we have any Zergs on the field? No, we do not have any Zerglings on the field from Chris, but we do have a Queen on the way, which will help improve his macroing capabilities by inject larva. And we do have the fast expansion going down from Chris at the 4-minute mark, so this will help. This is risky in a lower league game because most players love to push out really soon to get the game over quick so they can win ladder matches really quickly. So we do have chrisfloor going for this expansion, which will bring him a much greater economy, and we have another barracks going down from Hardsteal, so we are going to see a heavy marine marauder play, more than likely heavy marine marauder play, because we do not see a factory down yet. And will we see a factory or a reactor going down? I'm not positive. And we do have both refineries down for Hardsteal, and only still 1 extractor from Chris. So we will see a lot of minerals from Chris if he does not get the other geyser here. And yes, the factory is going down for Hardsteal, so and there is the tech lab, and there is the reactor, so we are going to see some heavy marine, heavy marauder play with some tanks mixed in there. And we have Chris just now bringing out a few Zerglings to scout and see as to what's going on in the front here. And he just pauses them there. And no, Hardsteal does not see these, even though they are on the very edge of his vision. And then we have drones coming off the line going to his expansion. Now this is something that I've talked about in other games where as a player, once you get this expansion, you want to saturate it as soon as possible or as quickly as possible, because as you can see here, he's not really saturated, so he needs to be putting more drones on this line also. But when you do get an expansion, you want to pull at least like 4 or 5 drones off the line and putting them onto your expansion so you can get mining minerals from your expansion much quicker, and it boosts your economy quite a bit. And the only reason Hardsteal has a better economy than Chris at the moment is because of these mules, but it's just 1 now, and I believe he had 2 out. And we see a starport going down, so we do see a somewhat kind of Destiny Cloud Fist build, which is 1 starport, 1 barracks, 1 factory, but there is nothing coming out of this factory. And Chris I'm sorry, and Hardsteal is supply blocked at the moment, and we see quite a few lings from Chris on the field, and we see a baneling nest going down. So we are going to see some baneling busts, probably to open up this front door so he can get roaches or something in there, or he just may be going for banelings because there are a ton of Marines. There will be a ton of Marines and Marauders with this reactor and this tech lab, and we are seeing Hardsteal misclicking all of his SCVs off the line. That sucks. And we see a reactor going down for Hardsteal, so we might see some Viking play. And I'm not sure as to what Hardsteal is doing. I want to say he's scouting, but I'm not positive. And we see layer tech going down for Chris here. So are we going to see some Mutaplay, some Hydralisks? Let's hope so. Maybe a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit longer game. A few more skirmishes, more macro based. And there they go. There goes the banelings being morphed. And these guys, Chris, Hardsteal, scouting at the very appointed time of the 8-minute mark. You know, that's usually about when you want to scout. I'm kidding, that's usually not when you want to scout. You want to scout a lot earlier than that. And the baneling nest is done, and he does have the other extractor up, and he has 2 extractors at his expansion already. And he is producing 7 drones to saturate this mineral line here, and this one here. And we do see an infestor pit going down. Very well play here. We're going to see some infestors, fungal growth, infested Terran. Let's hope he can micro those infested Terran very well. And will this SCV see anything? And those lings are not doing anything, and it's like, oh hey, expansion. And now the lings are like, oh hey. And that SCV is not happy. Just not happy at all. His little disappeared. There he goes. And so we are seeing concussive shells from the Hardsteal, so we are going to see quite a few Marauders on the field slowing those lings down. Except I'm not sure if that really works for lings. It does work for lings. Yes, it does. I don't know why I said that. And we're seeing a 3rd barracks going down. And we have 4 medevacs, so we have the very standard MMM ball, which is Marine Marauder Medevac ball, if you did not know that. And we still see absolutely nothing coming out of this factory. Needs to get a few tanks out of there, which will help him defend against any baneling busts as long as he has those tanks up in front. And attack instructor, explode, okay. So here we go, we have Hardsteal moving out. He's going to run right into these banelings and these lings. chrisfloor is going to see this ling just died. And now these banelings moving in the lings first, and the banelings, he's gonna lose everything. He loses almost everything he has here, other than 3 Marauders and a Marine. And these banelings wisely backing up. Does he have more? I'm sorry, not banelings, but these lings wisely backing up. He's got more lings coming in on the way. And let's see what happens. And these medevacs just doing work, healing these Marauders. 1 Marauder goes down very slowly though, and this Marine focusing down that Overlord, trying to supply block him, but it doesn't work. And now more Marines and Marauders backing this up. And does he lose this? Yes, he loses those Marines, but these lings are going down. And what do we see production-wise? And we don't see any infestors coming down on the field. And we have... oh, we do have 2 infestors out on the field. I did not see this. So we have 2 infestors on the field for fungal growth. Sorry. My leg itches. But the problem here is Chris has so many minerals, he needs to pump out more units, he needs to go for another expansion. He should have gone for another expansion at the 10-minute mark, since this game is going a little bit longer than that, and he does know that this is all that Hardsteal has at the moment. He does need to scout this a little bit more to see as to exactly what Hardsteal is going for. And Hardsteal is throwing out another barracks. He has 2 of them with reactors and 1 with a tech lab. So, and is this going to get a reactor? I'm just going to say he's going to put another reactor on this thing. Yep, there goes the other reactor. So he's going to have 3 barracks, all producing double Marines at a time. And he does have more than enough economy to support this, but he will have to expand here shortly if he wants to stay in this game. And we just now see Chris... I'm feeling stupid right now, I don't know why. But we have Chris spotting everything that's going on here. He sees this barracks. He sees this barracks in the starport, and he sees that this reactor is going down in this barracks. So we hope... oh, and I'm missing a skirmish over here. And we missed all of that going down to the banelings. And these medevacs just going and staying here. And are we going to see these guys just throw themselves away to these. And he does not see that because of the smoke trail here. And what does he got going on over here? And he has a Hydralisk then going down. So finally going to see some Hydras, and an Evo Chamber also going down. And we have the count of up to 31 Zerg. Up to 31 Zerglings. And yep, he moved in with those, and too many Banelings to take care of that. All you need really for 2 Marines is 1 Baneling. No need to throw away more. And fungal growth going down on these medevacs. That medevac is going to die, and these ones are going to escape. Are they? And yes, that one escapes with 9 HP. And it just is going to sit over these Zergs. I'm sorry, these Marines. And let's see, he's just still streaming down more Marines, but he does need to get an expansion because he is running very, very low on minerals. And this turret tearing that finally. And we are seeing another skirmish here. Both infestors going down, but all these Banelings killing every Marine that he had. And the medevac's not even able to do really anything. So we go back to the production. We have 3 Hydralisk on the way. Marine infantry level 2 up, so we may be seeing a full 3-3 Marine upgrade, but no, he doesn't have the armor going on. Does he have the shield? I believe he does have the shield researched. Yes, he does have the shield research, but he does not have Stimpack research. If you want to micro your Marines well and take out a Zerg army and run away from Banelings, you do need to Stimpack. You need to research Stimpack, because with Stimpack you are able to run away from these Banelings and just destroy them before they even touch you, so you can blow them up and you will have very minimal losses. And Hydralisk moving so slow off creep. What Chris needs to be doing is using his queens to lay down creep tumors so that he can build a huge creep highway. And Chris using changelings here when he should have put them in his base for no apparent reason. And Chris moving out with Banelings and Hydras. Does he have a Ling in here? And he has 1 Zergling in here. Oh, I did not even see this. Chris, Ultralis. How could I miss that? He's got Ultralis on the field and he's researching attack level 1. 7 Hydras on the way, 14 Zerglings on the way. And these Banelings just busting up that. And now we do have a drop coming in here from the back from Hard. Is he going to lose any of these? He loses... Nope, he doesn't lose any medevac. Those Marines focus down that queen, so he has no anti-air units. So these medevacs are still in the game after this long period. And these Ultralists just coming in and mowing them down like a lawnmower. Just... Actually, the Ultralists didn't really do anything. It was the Banelings who did all the work. And actually, he does lose all those medevacs because of the Hydralisk. I completely forgot he had Hydralisk, and he has quite a few Hydralisks. As long as you have creep on the ground, Hydralisks move so much faster than what they do right now. Too bad he doesn't have creep, so we can actually show you as to how fast they move. And he, let's bring this back up, and he has 12 more Zerglings on the way, 1 queen, and finally Hardsteal is throwing down this expansion and long distance mining with a mule. And we are seeing this attack commence from Chris. He is going to be busting in from his front door. Let's hope he takes out the expansion first if he spots it. And will he spot this expansion? He sees the mule going down. He does know that this expansion is here. And Hard raising then lowering. Hard does not have a big enough army to deal with this. This Baneling is going to do no work to the with the Baneling. And he's losing all these Hydralisks. All those Hydralisks just getting taken out, and that Ultralisk getting 1 shot in before it gets blown to bits. And this Ultralisk doing work on all these Marines and Marauders, and this SCV pulled off the line to try and do something, and it doesn't accomplish anything. And we do see the command center getting finished here, but these 2 Ultralisks are doing work inside of his base with these Lings. I don't know if Chris will be able to hold. I'm sorry, I don't know if Hard. Nope, Hard doesn't hold it off. Hard leaves the game. So yeah, few things Hard could have done. A, Stimpack, run away from those Banelings. B, expand a lot sooner, because as you can tell, he has all these SCVs doing absolutely nothing. And from Chris, we could have seen Creep Tumor laid down, another expansion also, because he had more than enough minerals, maybe another hatchery next to his hatchery here so he could get out more units, maybe somebody taking the gold. And then we could have seen this factory actually being used for something other than sitting here doing nothing, unless if it was meant to build one of these other things. But There's absolutely nothing done with these, so these are just wasted minerals other than the upgrade to the marine armor and marauder. I'm sorry, the marine damage and marauder damage. But very well play with getting these ultralisks out and the banelings, because the banelings were very effective with this starport. He should have put in a, like, he should have lifted off and switched with his barracks and started pumping out some banshees, because Chris had almost no anti-air, and with those marines he would have been able to pick off any of the hydralisks he did have, and with the banshees he would have been able to take out all of the banelings off the, like, just like, you know, mow down the banelings. But Hardsteal not utilizing everything he had correctly, and when this one was done, he could have lifted this off, maybe taken the gold, but it's very close. Even though he did not, even though Chris had no air units, he could have used the infestors a little bit more. He also could have put down a spire. So what Chris could have done, I'm not saying he should have done it, what he could have done in his situation, because a lot of people have been telling me, it's like, you know, it's, you keep doing coulda, shoulda, woulda type things. What he could have done in the situation he was in, putting down a spire, using infestors a little bit more, and more creep, laying down that creep, using his overlords to lay down a creep highway for the hydralisks, because they move so slow off creep. So do the queens. And then what Hardsteal could have done, basically utilized his buildings more effectively. He was macroing up a lot better than what Chris was, because as you can see, he has almost no minerals and almost no gas, but then again, he did run out of minerals here. But he also could have utilized his buildings a little bit more. He could have pumped out some Hellions and some takes. So that's a little bit what they could have done. And if you want to send a replay to me, send it to unassortedreplays@gmail.com, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.